For centuries, humanity has searched for answers to life's deepest questions. Who are we? What is consciousness? Is time real? Can everything be explained through logic and science, or is there a dimension of life that lies beyond the reach of the intellect? These profound questions formed the heart of a fascinating conversation between neuroscientist David Eagleman and Sadhguru. While both seek to understand life, they approach it from very different directions. One looks through the lens of science and observation, while the other explores inner experience and spirituality. David Eagleman began by describing what he sees as the great endeavor of science. Science attempts to understand the intelligence that surrounds us. It seeks to uncover the hidden principles operating behind nature, life, and the universe. Through observation, experimentation, and reason, science transforms mystery into understanding. The achievements of science are undeniable. Humanity has walked on the moon, mapped the human genome, developed life-saving medicines, and created technologies that have transformed civilization. Every scientific breakthrough represents another piece of reality becoming understandable. But Sadhguru challenged a deeper assumption. He asked, what if reality contains dimensions that cannot be fully captured by logic? According to him, the human intellect is a remarkable tool, but it is fundamentally a survival instrument. It evolved to help human beings navigate the physical world. It allows us to solve problems, build civilizations, and ensure survival. However, does that automatically mean it can grasp every aspect of existence? Sadhguru suggested that trying to force all of life through the filter of logic may be like trying to understand an entire ocean by examining a single drop of water. The intellect may be powerful, but perhaps it is not the only way of knowing. David acknowledged that human understanding may indeed have limits. Science has explained countless mysteries, yet there remain profound questions about consciousness, existence, and reality itself. While science continuously expands the boundaries of knowledge, it is difficult to know where those boundaries ultimately end. This raises an important question. Are there aspects of existence that can only be experienced rather than explained? Sadhguru agreed that science has dramatically improved human life. Modern medicine, transportation, communication, and countless comforts are the result of scientific progress. Yet he argued that science faces a unique challenge when it attempts to investigate realities that may lie beyond the physical world. David Eagleman explained that time perception has been a major focus of his research. Experiments have shown that our experience of time can be altered surprisingly easily. Certain situations make moments seem longer, while others make hours disappear in what feels like an instant. Anyone who has waited anxiously for important news knows how slowly time can move. Yet when we are deeply engaged, happy, or inspired, entire days can pass before we notice. In his view, science is trying to understand something beyond physical existence using tools that are themselves physical. This does not diminish science. It simply points to a possible limitation in its method. The conversation then moved toward one of the most mysterious aspects of human experience, time. According to the yogic tradition, life can be understood as a dance between time and energy. Every human being possesses a limited amount of both. Life unfolds through the interaction of these two forces. He explained that in some Indian languages, death is described simply as a person's time coming to an end. From this perspective, a successful life is not measured merely by wealth, status, or achievement, but by how harmoniously one uses the time and energy available. Sadhguru agreed that time is deeply relative from a psychological perspective. A joyful person may feel that 24 hours pass in an instant. Someone suffering emotionally may feel that the same 24 hours last forever. Human experience itself demonstrates that time is not always felt equally. Yet Sadhguru introduced another perspective. This suggests that our experience of time is not fixed. Instead, it appears to be constructed by the brain. David also pointed out that some physicists, including Einstein, viewed time very differently from everyday intuition. Modern physics challenges many of our assumptions about time, suggesting that reality may be far stranger than our ordinary experience suggests. The body cannot. This led him to a deeper observation. He argued that time itself is not an independent force. Instead, our concept of time emerges from cyclical movements in the physical universe. Days arise from Earth's rotation. Months arise from the moon's cycles. Years arise from Earth's journey around the sun. Everything physical appears to move in cycles. From atomic structures to galaxies, nature expresses itself through repeating patterns. This idea shifts attention away from external success and toward the quality of one's experience. Although our psychological perception of time changes constantly, Sadhguru pointed out that the body continues aging regardless of how we feel. A person may feel young, energetic, and enthusiastic, but the biological clock continues moving forward. The body faithfully records the passage of time. The mind can be fooled. Because human beings identify strongly with the body, they naturally become deeply connected to the experience of time. But what happens if that identification changes? According to Sadhguru, when a person develops some distance from the body and mind through profound meditative awareness, the experience of time can undergo a dramatic transformation. He describes stories of yogis who remained in deep meditative states for extraordinarily long periods. Whether one interprets such accounts literally or symbolically, the central point remains the same. The experience of time depends heavily upon the state of consciousness. The deeper one's awareness becomes, the less dominant time may appear. This brings us to one of the most important questions in the entire discussion. If we can observe our thoughts, are we our thoughts? If we can observe our emotions, are we our emotions? If we can observe our body, are we simply the body? David responded by asking a profound question of his own. If a person can separate from the body, then what exactly remains? What is the you beyond physical processes? This question touches the very center of both science and spirituality. From a scientific perspective, consciousness may emerge from complex interactions within the brain. The sense of self could be a product of biological processes. From a spiritual perspective, awareness may be more fundamental than the body and mind. The body changes, thoughts change, emotions change, yet something remains present throughout every experience. Could that awareness be the true self? Neither side offers a final answer that satisfies everyone. Whether you lean towards science, spirituality, or somewhere in between, one thing is certain: the search for understanding continues. And perhaps the greatest discoveries still lie ahead. Yet perhaps that is precisely what makes the conversation so valuable. Science and spirituality are often presented as enemies, but both are attempts to understand reality. Science explores the outer world through observation and measurement. Spirituality explores the inner world through direct experience and self-inquiry. Both ask profound questions, both seek truth, and both remind us that the mystery of existence may be far greater than any single explanation can capture.